Hello everyone. Uh, Welcome to the Orange Army special SRH team preview for the IPL season 2023. Uh, Before beginning, I'd like to wish everyone a very happy new year and seriously hope that this is the season where we actually bring the trophy as the Orange Army. Uh, First up, thanks a lot to the Orange Army fans official page for giving me this opportunity to do the team preview. So today we'll be discussing about the captain. So it's a good discussion to have as who would be our skipper for the IPL 2023 season. So let's get started. Uh, Firstly, all the other IPL teams have their captains set, starting from Shreyas Iyer, Rohit Sharma, MS Dhoni, and all those examples. Of course, Rishabh Pant. Let's see what happens. But captaincy is something that every IPL team or every franchise team across the globe, if you have a look, they would really want to have a good candidate or a good captain who can dictate the terms, take right decisions at the right point of time. And across the globe, if you have a look at franchises, their management and their choices, they try and build a side around the core of the team. So whenever the auction is done or the drafts are picked, they try and pick certain players who would be the heart and soul of that team. 4 or 5 players who would be definite starters in that side and take their team through, and the others play a lot of roles around them. So for example, if we take Mumbai Indians, they have their core built around Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, Pollard maybe, but now he's retired, but we can always consider him as the core. So that is something that teams look at. For example, another example would be Chennai Super Kings, who look at Dhoni, Jadeja, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Deepak Chahar for that matter, around their core. So every team looks to build their core up front. So if we look at the side that's being picked for the 2023 season for Sunrisers Hyderabad, the core that I am looking at are certain players like Abhishek Sharma, who had a stellar season last year with the bat. He opened the batting, he did well. Rahul Tripathi again, he has earned India call-ups due to his performance in the IPL and the first-class domestic games. I'm also looking at Aiden Markram, who is also our Sunrisers Eastern Cape captain for the South Africa 2020 League. I'm also looking at Washington Sundar, who is now on his resurgence to the national side, which is very heartening to see. I'm also looking at Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who is again our key performer, has been there with the side around for a long time, has also led the side before. So these are the key players around whom we would want to build the side. You could, if you look at the history of Sunrisers Hyderabad, they have actually jotted down on certain players and tried to build the side around them. So for example, in the past we have had David Warner, Johnny Bairstow, Rashid Khan and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So around these 4 players, they built their side by using Bipul Sharma, Yuvraj Singh, Ben Cutting, Moises Henriques, talking about the 2016 IPL side. Even Shakib Al Hasan played that season. Then, if you look ahead, Kane Williamson came in. Then also we had Johnny Bairstow and David Warner, Rashid Khan, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Kane Williamson took over. Last season you had Puran, Markram, Williamson and Bhuvneshwar. So the other players tried to support the act, get together. So you could argue that of course Mayank Agarwal could actually contribute to the core, but what I'm looking at here is the consistency of players who have played seasons throughout. So Abhishek Sharma has been there for a long time. Rahul Tripathi, for that matter, did well last season, and that's why I'm considering him to be a good core member, because he has been there, solid number three. So these are the candidates that I'm looking at as a core. So whenever you're selecting a captain as a franchise, you would want somebody from the core to lead the side, and that's pretty obvious, right? Because that's how the general norm is. Because once you have the core set, you actually look at a certain player who would be able to lead the side, take the side through, and lead the side through a successful campaign. And even Sunrisers Eastern Cape has done that by choosing a local player like Aiden Markram. But talking about Sunrisers Hyderabad legacy, they have always looked at a foreign batsman as a skipper. So it started with David Warner taking over the reins from, I think, Darren Sammy, who led the side for a little while. From there, it has been a foreign skipper and an Indian vice captain. So if you look at the trend, it was David Warner supported by Bhuvneshwar Kumar for a few seasons. Then when that South Africa mishap happened with Warner, Williamson took over, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar was again his deputy. Bhuvneshwar Kumar even led in a few games where Williamson was not available. Then Williamson kept on leading the side. Even last season, Bhuvneshwar was his deputy. So the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the management has followed this pattern of having a foreigner batsman and an Indian vice captain. So on that front, I would see Aiden Markram being named as the captain, because potentially going with the trend, Sunrisers would want continuity from the South Africa T20 league to here, following the consistency of having an experienced international player as the captain, because South African players' availability is also 100% throughout the tournament. And for the first time in the history of IPL, Sunrisers are going to have a top 3 Indian core. So probably when you're looking at Indian skippers, Sunrisers have not done that well having Indian captains. Let's say Shikhar Dhawan led for a few matches. You can point out one-off instances where Sunrisers have done well with Indian captains, but not throughout the whole season. But looking at Aiden Markram's numbers last season, he batted with 153 strike rate. He averaged good. He finished off games at number 4 along with Nicholas Puran. Even the game I watched live against Punjab Kings at the D.Y. Patil Stadium, they chased it pretty comfortably. Aiden Markram looks solid by his technique also. He's an upgraded version of Williamson, to be honest. He can anchor the game. He can also take the attack. We also saw that when South Africa toured India earlier this, in 2022, where he was able to actually replicate those skills which he had against raw pace. Of course, you can say he's a little vulnerable against spin, but having said that, I don't think Aiden Markram is a very bad choice for skipper. Because he's a batter and he's 90% going to start. I think he'd be named as a skipper with Washington Sundar as his vice captain. Why I say Washington Sundar as his vice captain is because he is now a part of the core, as I said earlier. And, with his performances, his confidence is growing. He's back into the international setup. He's batting well. He's actually giving runs. So he's considered as the essential part of the side. But I will say Washington Sundar with a little bit of caution because of his fitness and his availability due to the 2023 World Cup that's going to happen in India. So he's an essential part of it. So his fitness will be a key factor where it will be measured. So we could be in for some surprises. Maybe Mayank Agrawal could be named as the skipper straight away. They would want to try an Indian captain. Maybe Brian Lara thinks the other way around, or something of that sort. But looking at the trend, I certainly feel that Aiden Markram would lead the side with Washington Sundar as his deputy. It could be a very good combination of an off spinner and a batter being in the leadership group. Of course, the other players can also contribute, the senior players, and I think this is how it will go. It is going to come out, and that's my point of view for who is going to be our skipper. And comment down your views and let us know your feedback. Cheers.